Welcome people, welcome to our channel Extra Time Banter. This is a channel where we talk less and banter more about sports. Today, this is Rohan and I'm joined with my four friends. This is Akash, this is Chandro and this is Ahan.
So, guys, football's here, biggest stage, World Cup.
Yep.
How are you feeling, man?
I think it's pretty exciting because this is the most awaited event of the year. So I think we are looking forward to it. Yeah, even same for me. I mean, we all are corporate employees. These are the small happiness will count for.
Yeah, those small 1.5 hours that we'll have. I think that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, man. Same emotions.
Yeah.
So anyway, the topic of the video, as you all know, is group stage predictions. So let's start.
Yep.
Yeah. So I have got the teams, World Cup qualified teams here. Okay, then let's start with Group A. Starting with Ahan. So the teams we have, let me tell it to the audience. It's Ecuador, Netherlands, Qatar, and Senegal. So who are you rooting for to go to the next stage?
I think for the first place, it's pretty clear. It will be Netherlands because compared to the three, it has got more strength. It has more gaming time they got in the international tournaments. So I think Netherlands as a team is quite well. Although they have few misses, but I think overall their chemistry is pretty good. And I think it's time for Louis Van Gaal to prove that he can bring international trophies.
Yes, man.
But on the other hand, the second position, I think it will be Senegal. Although I believe Sadio Mane is a miss, I guess. But
Yeah.
still,
It's a
I
big
believe
miss.
Senegal will go through it because they won the AFCON. So
Yeah.
I think they'll be a good number 2 position.
Okay. What about you, Rohan?
Even for me, I think we all are pretty clear that Netherlands are the favorites of this group. I mean, considering the fact that they have a solid defense as well as a midfield. So Netherlands is pretty clear that I'm not sure whether DP will be playing or not, considering the fact he's injured right now. But we have a good players starting with Frankie De Jong as a midfielder, and then defense we have Van Dijk, then Tyrell Malacia is there, then Delete is there. So it's kind of like the squad depth is pretty good here, so it will be a clear favorite for me. And followed by, even I'm agreeing with Ahan, it will be Senegal because they have won the AFCON, not to forget that. And I don't believe that like missing one player will create that impact that they won't be playing that good. But yeah, for me, Senegal will be a clear second.
Okay. What about you?
Yeah, I think the Group A is pretty easy to discuss here, right?
Yeah.
I think Netherlands has a solid team, out and out defensive. Even the interesting part is that they picked a goalkeeper who's quite aging right now. Like they dropped Silesen.
Yes.
And I think that's something to look at. That might create some controversies on if they lose matches, but if they win, that's like a great point. And for Senegal, I think I can agree with everyone here that missing Sadio Mane might affect a little, but if they can come out collectively, I think it's going to be a good matchup.
Yeah.
So it's pretty easy. I think Netherlands tops it and Senegal goes second pot.
Okay, you're going first. Senegal was the first.
No, second. Senegal goes for second. Netherlands tops it. I mean, Netherlands is easy top.
Yeah, correct. So I will also agree with that. No other points to add. So we'll quickly finish Group A and moving to Group B. We have got England, who were the Euros runner, Iran, USA, Wales. We'll go from here. Akash, what about you?
Well, it's a good group. There's England out there. I think they actually have a lot to prove, considering they lost the Euros last year. And I mean, look, the team is good. They have a good chunk of players, but their coach, I don't really trust that coach
Very
right now.
controversial.
But yeah. I think what I heard recently is Pochettino might be the next in line to coach England after Southgate. So let's see.
Yeah.
It kind of depends. This whole World Cup depends on how Southgate does and his career itself. And I think England might top the group. And in second spot, I was thinking about Wales. Honestly, Wales was a good team. They did qualify really well.
Yeah.
They came collectively. It was really good. But I think Iran, they have always been a very, very formidable opponent. I think they can do a few upsets right here. Maybe England might lose one, but but that's for a longer run. But let's see. I think for me, it's England and Iran. They're going to qualify.
England and Iran for you.
Yeah.
Okay. To you,
Yeah, for me, I mean, England is a clear favourites. We can agree on that. I mean, considering the squad depth they have, the only thing which might be disappointing for England is managing a team which has got this much. This star-struck players
Yeah.
for playing in Premier League, right? But the only thing where they can disappoint is, I mean, if their chemistry is not happening that much. And I'm not sure. I mean, Southgate. Last Euro we saw they got defeated in their own ground
Yeah.
in the final. So that kind of, I don't want that to affect their current performance. But for me, I think England is, considering the depth, England is a clear favorite. Followed by that, I personally want Iran to go ahead because since it's an Asian team,
Yeah.
so there is some emotion connected with that. But I don't see them qualifying over. I mean, they're defeating Wales because Wales, even though it's not a very good team, but they do give a fight. We can all agree on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Even in
that's
Euro and all, they give a good fight. So I think Wales will be a second for me.
So England and Wales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you?
I think I'll differ with the group. For the first position, it's clear England
England,
will
yeah.
top. Although I believe they have a fairly strong team. So, but for the group stage, I think they will go through it. For the second spot, though, I will go Iran. I will go for Iran because I think World Cup is such a tournament where sometimes small teams gives you big surprises.
That's true. Yeah.
And last Euro, I believe Iran played. They didn't had a bad tournament because I believe they played really well against Italy. So I think being a Asian fan, of course, I will want Iran to go, and I believe they might go through it. But of course, that's not sure. But I do believe they can.
So it's pretty much clear. And even for me, the top spot is very clear, England, and I'll go with USA. Because I think they can give a good run at it.
Yeah.
But I don't have any other, I don't have any points to give. I just have a feeling that US is gonna go. So we quickly finish this group. I'm gonna move to your beloved favorite teams group, that is Group C.
Good group.
Yeah, the God group or anything. Anyway, so okay, Group C. We have got your beloved teams. So it consists of Argentina, Mexico, Poland, and Saudi Arabia. But before we start the group, I want to say, I believe we can collectively agree that Argentina are the clear favorites for the first spot.
Easy, just easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have no doubts on that
Yeah.
part. So we can be very quick on this group. So Ahan, starting with you, what do you think goes for the second spot?
I think for the second spot, I'll choose Poland
Okay.
because they got one of the best strikers for this generation, Lewandowski.
Correct. Agreed.
I think Poland is not that a team that got star-studded players, but I think Lewandowski can make certain difference in that team.
True that.
So
Yeah.
for that reason, I believe they might go second.
Okay. And Rohan, what about you?
Yeah, even for me, same. It's because I'm rooting for Lewandowski, and there goes a Poland. It's. I'm just supporting a single player in that team, and that's why I'm supporting the entire team. I mean, it goes like that way.
I understand.
Yeah, you support players and then teams sometimes.
That happens.
Yeah, but Mexico has also got a clear chance to actually give a fight with Poland. But I don't see any competition to Argentina per se, so they will be the clear favorites. But second, it can be either Mexico or Poland.
You can't choose.
Yeah.
So Akash, same question for you, but before putting that question, do you think Mexico's aggression and passion for the game can give a challenge to Poland or Saudi Arabia?
Yeah, of course, because Mexico always comes in strong, man.
Yeah,
Always. The
yeah, they are
team may
very-
not have a lot of star-studded players, but they have those players that can make the difference.
The aggression
I
is
think for me personally, I think Mexico can, and I think maybe they will. They will go through this group because there's this god-like player there that only plays in World Cups, Ochoa. So I'm looking forward to this
Correct.
group only. Yeah.
Even for me, I would have I take Poland, but I get your point. I truly stand by your point. But okay, for me, Argentina and Poland
Right.
are the ones who go from this group, right? So we finish this group, and after this we go to Group D, and here we have a former World Cup champions in France, and with them we have Denmark again, dark horses for the World Cup, Australia and Tunisia. So starting with you, Akash, who do you think goes from this group?
I think it's a very fairly easy choice. I mean, just France will top the group,
Yeah.
and Denmark just take the second spot. Just I don't think. I mean, the other teams would try to put up a fight, but there are easy choices out there. Just simple as that.
Because for me, Tunisia doesn't give that big challenge to any of the France and Denmark. Australia also is a sturdy third for me. And okay, Rohan, what do you think? Who goes?
Yeah, France goes definitely because I think they are one of the team which has got the maximum depth in the squad.
Correct. Very
Be it in any position. I mean, you forward, mid, as well as defense. You've got plenty of players like from Mbappe to Dembele at the right, and
the attack line is
attack line. Let's not talk about that. We know how how critical is that. And followed by that, I really want to see Denmark go through this stage because let's not forget what happened in Euro last time.
seriously, man.
So I mean, despite of not having one of their main players in the team at the early stage, they did really fought through the entire series.
Correct.
With captaincy of Kasper Schmeichel and all those things. It's just
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think Denmark is clear second for me. I
Okay.
don't have any.
Okay, and what about you, Ann?
I think I'll agree with the group. I think it will be France and Denmark. Although I want to mention something. I mean, last Euro, I mean, as a person, I wanted Denmark to win the tournament because they were that team who no one expected will play so good. Despite of what happened with Ericsson, the way they turned out as a team and played entirely through, against England, I think they got out.
Yeah.
If
Maybe.
I'm not wrong.
I don't remember as well, but they showed courage.
Yeah, I think in that match also they gave their best.
Yeah.
So I think it's a fair easy group. The Denmark will obviously qualify.
Okay, Ahan, I'll ask you a question here. For France, Pogba and Kante missing. Do you think that is gonna be that would come to bite them in the ass like afterwards in the tournament?
Well, that's an interesting question, but I think there are two sides of this question. One is Pogba and Kante, both of them carries the experience, so that might be missing from the France team. But on the other hand, they have got fairly young squad like Chouamini and Kamavinga.
Yeah.
I think these two players have proven themselves in this particular season, and I think they will do fairly good. I think Chouamini will be like the center of France team.
The engine, maybe.
Yes,
Yeah. More of a
And-
CDM he will play most.
but
of
I
the
think they will do a good job.
Okay, that's a great answer. We finished Group D and we're moving on to Group E now. And Group E is one of the potential what do you call it, group of death. Yeah.
Yeah.
So starting with you, Akash. Okay, let me just first name the teams out there. There's Spain, there's Germany, there's Japan, and there's Costa Rica.
Yeah.
A great group to see, most exciting. So who are you rooting for?
I mean, this group, it's tough. I mean, Germany, Spain, Japan always gives a good fight out there. Costa Rica is a good team, but maybe they'll crumble here. I think Germany might top the group, considering they have a whole team, just a
The
complete
depth is
team.
good.
This is a complete team.
Correct.
So what Spain is missing currently is a out-and-out striker. They have Morata. I don't trust that Morata post. I mean, it's a good finisher, but not always.
Yeah.
So I think that is where Spain might lack a bit. So I'm considering Germany to really outshine everyone in this group because this one player I'd like to mention is Muller and Musiala. Muller brings in a hell lot of experience and
Correct.
Musiala brings in a lot of talent. I think that's a good gravy out there. I think
Yeah.
Germany's going to top and Spain, fairly young squad but very good squad. So I think there'll be a good competition. So I think for Germany goes up at top and Spain at second. I think that should be a good
So
one.
before asking Rohan, I'll ask you a question. So Germany versus Spain, when that happens, who do you think comes on top? Because see, Spain, as Akash mentioned, that they don't have an out and out striker.
Yeah.
And also Timo Werner is missing from Germany's squad.
Germany, right.
So they both are without very good attacking prospects. So what do you think? Who comes on top and how significant will that win be?
Yes, if you talk about what is the significant, I think that's the most significant match in that group
Yeah.
because that will probably be the decider of who is going to top the group. But for me, I think Germany has got an extra hand in the win. I mean, if they win, obviously Spain will put a competition and it might be a high scoring game. But the only thing as Akash mentioned, that Spain is lacking. A particular position that Spain is lacking is a striker. So in that case, I think Germany might have a
Advantage.
advantage on that. But yeah, I mean, anything can happen in that team because considering the fact that both the teams have got this extreme emotions, considering their coaches also, right? Because it's basically Spain versus Germany means La Liga best team versus Bundesliga best team. It's kind of like that. So yeah, I mean it will be a high scoring game, but I think Germany might win in that.
Okay.
Game. Yeah. And
So-
also not to mention, it will also be to prove a point for both Gavi and Musiala,
Yeah.
considering the fact who won the Copa.
Controversial.
Yeah,
Copa
that is a fair
Yeah,
point.
Copa trophy.
So also tell me the predictions for this group.
For me it will be, I think, Germany first, and with the second it will be Spain. Yeah.
Spain. And what about you, Han? Before that, I just want to say, Germany and Spain, whoever wins, will that be a statement for for any of the World Cup teams out there that we are here, we are in this in the contention
I
for
think
the
absolutely, absolutely.
draw
I
the
think
trophy.
both Germany and Spain, they both are fairly good teams.
Okay.
Although for Spain, I believe it will be a challenging tournament. The reason being, if you see the squad of Spain, approximately 80 to 85% of them are playing for first time in World Cup.
Yeah,
That's a young
that's a
squad.
good
Yeah.
point.
It's a very young team, and also there are few players who don't have the chemistry right now. For instance, we got this player Nico Williams. He never played with other players like Ansu Fati or Ferran Torres at the top position. So I think for Spain, they are a strong team, and under Luis Enrique, they have performed really well. But I think the only challenge they might face is that they don't have that experience.
Oh.
That might be the only issue. And as for Germany, also, I think it's a great point. I mean, it's a great year to prove Hansi Flick that he can do.
Yeah, man.
He can do
Yeah.
a change in a Germany team as
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
because they didn't have a good Euros. So I think they also will be performing well. So it's Germany and Spain for me.
For you too.
But just to add one point, let's not forget Japan also. Just
Yeah.
to consider, we are always looking for something
Yeah,
different in
yeah,
World
yeah,
Cup.
correct.
So anything can happen. Let's.
I hope Germany, I hope Japan also does
Yeah.
do well in this
Yeah.
group.
If there's an upset right here, I think it's crazy.
Yeah,
If
Definitely.
either of Germany or Spain do not make it, and Japan, or let's say for the fact,
That's
Costa
what
Rica
will-
does it,
That's
I
what
mean-
will light up the World Cup.
yeah, this is gonna be a crazy World Cup out there.
yeah, man, truly, yeah.
Yeah.
So accepting all the points, we.
What
complete
about
this
you?
group.
Tell me yours, man.
Okay, man. I'll also go with Germany and then Spain, and if it happens the other way around, fair
We'll
enough.
be happier.
Yeah.
We'll be happier.
Yeah, that will be a surprise, and it will be very good. So yeah, boys, we finished the fifth group. Another three groups to review. So going to the sixth group, we have Belgium, Canada, Croatia, Morocco. I'll start with Ahan. What about you? Who are the winners in the group and the second spot?
I think for the first position, I'll go for Belgium.
Okay.
Although I believe they somehow lacked the finishing, because if you remember last time against Italy, they played very bad. I mean, Lukaku literally missed those sitters.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So, but as for group stage, I think they will qualify easily, and they will be the first one. For the second, I believe Croatia will go through it, although they are a very aged squad, but they got this fighting spirit. That's what I like about. And also, it's the last World Cup for Luka Modric.
Yeah.
True, man.
So I think Croatia will make the second.
Okay. So you're going for Belgium and then Croatia.
Yes.
What about you, Rohan?
Yeah, for me too, I think it's clear. Like on paper, Belgium are the strongest team in the group, right?
Yeah,
Considering
correct,
that, like, they have enormous. I mean, De Bruyne is there. Then you have got two Hazards, and then Carrasco, Lukaku, and all those players are there, right? So but I don't know. I mean, I have a gut feeling that they might choke. That can be one point. But but group stage they'll be easily qualified.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But second point, I want Croatia to win, mostly because of it's Luka Modric's last World Cup, and not to forget they were the runners up of the last World Cup also.
Mhm.
Like, despite of not having that much great team, they really performed
They
great
man.
throughout the campaign of last World Cup. So for me, I'll go for Croatia at the second.
Okay, so
Yeah.
easy
Yeah.
decisions for you. And what about
See,
you, Akash?
it's an easy pickings, just Belgium or Croatia, either way. But what I'm looking forward to is the Canadian team. The Canadian team is basically playing their first World
Yeah.
Cup. So what they bring to the table, and I think it's something for the world to see. So I'm looking forward to watching more
excited,
games.
right?
Yeah, it's very
But I
exciting
think
out
they
there.
might miss Alfonso Davies.
Yeah, I think if they're lucky enough to qualify, they might get him back by then. But I don't think he's playing in the group stages for now. So let's see.
Anyway, same thing for you, Belgium and Croatia. I have nothing more to add on this group. This is a fairly easy group to decide.
Yeah.
So for me, Belgium and Croatia, and we just hope to see any upsets from Morocco and Canada as well. So finishing the sixth group, we are moving on to the seventh one, the God group. So okay, to the God group, Group G, we have the Samba King, the Joga Bonito, beautiful game. So Akash, I'll give you the pleasure to start this group. What about this one?
So here's the thing: the team that's in this group, the Brazilian team, is actually my top pick to win this tournament.
Same.
Despite the love for Argentina, I think Brazil is
Definitely.
gonna be a crazy team. They have the potential to win this all the way.
Yeah.
And so there's no difficulty choosing who's gonna top the group.
Yeah.
But for me, the second spot's quite interesting. There's Switzerland, there's Serbia, and there's Cameroon. To me, I think Serbia brings in a better team in this World Cup.
Yeah.
I mean, despite Switzerland being a good team thoroughly, I think Serbia outshines them a little bit.
Yeah, they have
get
got
the second
Vlahovic
spot.
and
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's a lot of good players out there.
Right.
We have to watch out. I think this group is going to be very interesting. So let's see. I think my top picks are going to be Brazil and Serbia.
And
They're gonna
Serbia.
group it.
And what about you, Rohan?
Yeah, for me, I think Brazil is a clear favorite, not in the group, in the overall campaign, if I say. Brazil.
Yeah.
I mean, just to be noted, they have got so many forward players in their group that they can make an entire team out of it.
That's true.
The
I think
second
it's
team
true.
can also go to the round
Yeah,
of 16
yeah,
maybe, right? That is so good.
So,
Anyway,
yeah, I don't see Brazil not going through. I don't see that happening. So they'll be the clear favorite. Followed by that, I'll choose. What all the teams are there?
okay, Cameroon is there,
Serbia,
Serbia and Switzerland.
Yeah. So I'll go for Switzerland. Because I think they have a passion for. I mean, they have a strong bonding with each other. Is what I feel.
Mhm.
I mean, despite of not having so many, star-struck players, they have players like Xhaka is there, then Shaqiri is there. Yeah, so I think Switzerland can have a better hand on that, and not to forget the rivalry between the Serbia and the Switzerland.
Exactly.
That can
You took my point, but
that
yeah,
can
correct.
that can also happen. So, but I think Switzerland
Will-
will make it through to the second
Yeah.
spot. Yeah.
What
I
about-
think for me also it's the same. I think Switzerland brings a different game. Last Euros also they had a
Yeah.
very good tournament. Not to forget they have a very underrated goalkeeper,
Oh,
Ian
man.
Sommer.
Yeah.
I think he is an exceptional talent. But yeah, I mean in any day Switzerland will go for second, I believe.
Okay. So I have a question for Ahan. Okay. So question is Richarlison over Firmino. Like, will that somehow pose a disadvantage for Brazil in the next rounds? If we take that, we collectively agree that Brazil is
Yeah.
going to the 16 rounds. So
Might
do you
be in the
think?
final as well?
Yeah. So do you think Firmino's game making, playmaking abilities will be missed in the World Cup, whereas Richarlison has good dribbling skills, but in tight scenarios where the team, the other opposition has a double decker bus in front of Brazil, do you think Firmino will be missed?
I think that's a good question, but I believe Brazil as a team has many goal scorers. Of course, Firmino is that player who can make the game as well.
Correct.
But I believe the way they play, they have got plenty of forward players, and I think it won't be a problem for them. But I'm pretty much sure Firmino will be a miss because
Yeah.
he's an exceptional talent who can make those particular passes.
He can create spaces. He can
Yes, he
drop
can-
down, right?
He can
Akash?
feed those
I
places.
think the problem with the Brazilian team is the mentality. I don't know how strong they can be because it's a mixture squad. Like there's young players, there's
Yep.
old players. It's a big squad. I think that's good for a team to have that. But how strong are they mentally? I think that will be the deciding factor.
The
if they
test,
can
the
actually-
challenge
Exactly,
they have in
exactly.
front of them, right?
So let's see.
In that case, actually, with like all the points that you gave, I agree with all of them. So
Yeah,
even
I
for
just
me,
have a question
Yeah.
for that. I mean, this is just a casual question. So Brazil has got enormous number of strikers, right? So will their coach play same kind of players throughout the campaign? Like for example, we have got in left wing, we have got Vinicius Junior and we have got Martinelli also.
And
Who plays for
Neymar, let's
Arsenal.
not forget that.
Yeah. So will there be a rotation that you will see?
I mean, they should rotate, but here's the thing: few players you cannot really drop. See, can't drop Neymar from
Yeah,
the Brazilian squad.
definitely.
You can't drop Marquinhos from the Brazilian squad.
Yes.
I think the Brazilian squad has so many good players. The coach might be confused: who should I play? Who should I
Yeah.
not? But in the goalkeeping position, if you see, there's Ederson, there's Allison. And who do you pick?
Yeah,
They're good
I
goalkeepers.
won't be able to say, okay, this is the top 11.
Yeah.
This is starting 11. That will be very difficult considering they have so many star-studded players. But I think it will be a challenge for the Brazilian coach to handle such a strong and star-studded team.
I don't trust in that coach, but let's see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have a lot of
We really
pressure.
hope
Yeah,
Brazil
yeah, I
to
think
go
that
to the
should be.
quarters
Yeah,
or
yeah.
semis at least. So anyway, so we close this God of group, group of God.
Yeah.
Pardon. Anyway, and moving to the last group. Okay, the last group, and in my opinion, the actual group of death. this is the group.
+1.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Already.
Yeah. So, okay, I want to start this group because
Yeah, yeah,
since Portugal is a kind of my favorite,
By all
along
means.
with England, but Portugal, yeah, for
Why,
Ronaldo,
why is Portugal your favorite?
because I have got Ronaldo and Bruno Fernandes by the badge, you know.
right.
Same reason we support Argentina as well as we are waiting
You want this
this.
jersey.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But with Ronaldo, what Ronaldo did after the interview, I won't say anything. I love Portugal because of Bruno Fernandes. Anyway,
Just Bruno Fernandes.
Dano is
Yeah, very good players.
yeah,
Yeah.
true man.
I think it's an underrated team.
For the first time, I'm content with the Portugal team.
Yeah.
But for me, I'll make a controversial statement here. For me, Uruguay goes first. Okay. I know Portugal has a good team, but the coach, Fernando Santos, I don't like his tactics.
No.
So he plays a very defensive lineup, and for me, Bruno Fernandes, who can be a game changer, he plays him in a wrong position where his effectiveness won't be there.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'll go for Uruguay because Cavani, Suarez, Nunes, Pelistri. If Araujo is there, you all Barcelona fans.
Yes.
He's there. I don't know why he's there. I
He
mean,
was included in the squad.
yeah, he
Yeah,
got
he was.
included. He's in the
Then
squad.
okay, then we can. I can say that Uruguay is good and Valverde.
Valverde.
What a season is that, right?
Potential Ballon d'Or winner.
Yeah, he must win the nomination.
Yeah.
But anyway, for me, Uruguay goes, and I would say Portugal. But I strongly believe Korea Republic is right there with Portugal. If
I mean,
not topping him.
If this Korean Republic team was in a different group, I think they could have made it out.
Yeah.
Yep.
True man, true.
Those are
Very,
the
very true, very true. So okay, Akash, my predictions are Uruguay first and Portugal second. What about you?
I think I'll go with the same thing here. I mean,
Okay, you also
Uruguay-
going for the controversial one?
It's not a controversial one. I think Uruguay is a team that is not really looked up to. I mean, they have a good squad this
Correct,
season.
man.
Yes.
Very true, very true.
Great players playing in good positions and in their correct positions. I think that will bring out the best out of the team. And they have experience. They have great young players, and I think it's gonna be a good group.
I think this Portugal versus Uruguay would be a
Yeah,
redemption
yeah.
match.
It's a redemption
It will
match.
be a
that's
redemption
true.
match.
Because last World Cup,
Yeah,
I
we all
think
know.
Uruguay
Yeah,
beat
yes,
Portugal and
yes.
went
Uruguay
forward.
beat Portugal.
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly.
The Cavani goal. Oh,
Yeah.
it's
Okay,
crazy.
on to Rohan. I'll ask you one thing. Do you think this Uruguay team is underrated? People are not talking about it much. Because Portugal is there, we think the Portugal
Yeah.
goes on top and all that.
Yeah, see, now there are few teams which are overtalked. One of them I'll agree is Argentina. These are the teams which are talked mostly about, and Portugal is also one of the team in that group.
Okay,
Right?
yeah, fair enough.
Fair enough, because they have got enormous squad depth.
Yeah,
in
and talent
position.
is there, right, correct.
But what a perfect team brings is a chemistry between all the players. I think that's what Uruguay has got upper hand, because you can have many star players and which won't bond with each other. Then that's of a not of an use, right? So for me, I think Uruguay is an underrated because we don't know the actual potential of the teams. And we have got new players coming in like Fede Valverde and all those. They are having their first World Cup, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
And their domestic season, the club seasons are going great. So I want to see them play good, and I want to see, especially from Valverde, all those bangers that he's scoring in La Liga. I just want the same to happen in World Cup.
Yeah,
also.
one for the World Cup.
Yeah, and if it's against Portugal, I'll be happy.
Oh man.
Hashtag
It'll
controversy.
be fun. It'll be fun.
Yeah, enemy made already before the World Cup.
I think that match we should watch together.
Yeah, we should do it. And
We
I
have to
hope
sit
we
alone.
do it here, yeah.
You have to sit alone because
I don't care, man, it's fine. Okay, so for you it is Uruguay?
No, it's
okay,
for
sorry.
me, it's Portugal and Uruguay.
Okay, you,
But I want to see a good fight that Uruguay will put.
okay, so you are not
Yeah,
good
I'm going
about
on
the...
more of a safe side because I watched Portugal match last day.
Okay,
They were pretty good.
okay.
With or without Ronaldo also they were pretty good. So I think they will top the group.
Okay, and with Uruguay following up,
Yeah.
right? So, okay, so we are done with Rohan, and what about you, Rohan?
I think it's an interesting group because Portugal, on one hand, they are having a very bad games. I mean, they are not in a good shape because if you see their qualification, they were literally on the edge.
Yeah, and somehow they qualified.
Somehow they qualified. But on the other hand, we must not forget that Cristiano Ronaldo, of course, one of the GOAT, is playing, and he's also having a very bad season.
He has got a point to prove.
Yeah, I think whenever it happens for both the goals, I believe whenever they hits the bottom, I think they do a comeback.
yeah.
Correct, man.
And I believe this World Cup might be a comeback for Ronaldo. I'm believing that.
Yeah, let's
So-
hope.
Yeah, let's hope.
So
Yeah.
for that reason, I will keep Portugal in the top. I mean, that's only with the belief.
Okay.
And for the second, I believe it's Uruguay because I mean, as all of you said, it's got tremendous potentials.
Okay. Yeah.
Although I want to see how Araujo fits in because as a Barca fan, I don't want him to play. That would be
I
very
really
bad,
want to
but-
see him.
I mean, it's bad to say
Yeah.
because we don't want him to play. He's a great player.
Yeah.
He's just coming out of an
Yeah,
injury.
he's just coming out of injury.
So if he plays again, he gets injured. That actually hampers Barcelona because World Cup would
Yeah.
finish, but the club games will carry on.
Yeah.
We have to think about that.
Yeah.
आप क्रोनोलॉजी समझ लीजिए
They are your best. He is the best
Best
defender for
defender
Barcelona
in the
after all.
no doubt.
So anyway, so we finish the group here before, and I'll ask the last question to Akash. That is, in Brazil, Argentina, England, Portugal, who do you think can be the upset? Who do
I
you
think you actually answered the question yourself. You put England there and you just answered that.
Okay.
You know,
I understand the reason
I
for this.
don't trust the England team, to be very honest.
Do you-
Yes, the team that they had and the team they have right now, slight changes here and there.
Hmm.
The players have grown. Saka, Grealish, Bellingham, they have been doing good. They have been doing tremendously for their clubs. We have to see how they do together in a team.
Right.
Yeah, the manager
So,
is also not.
Yeah, don't trust Southgate, man. I think if there's an upset out there, that could be England. But you never know. Football's a crazy game,
True, man.
right?
Yeah.
So,
We all know that.
yeah, since we all play together, we
Yes,
know what
man.
upsets
We all
are.
know that. Yeah, correct. So,
So, yeah.
So okay, with that, we finish the predictions for the group stages of the World Cup. So people, with that, we have come to the conclusion for this video. We have come to the conclusion of the predictions of the World Cup.
So thank you guys for joining with us. This is our first video and we will be putting some similar contents in the future. So if you're someone who is a football fan or can connect with us in this discussion, please do a like and share with your friends. Till then, keep bantering.